Great day, great day, great day. Question that requires some serious consideration. So, am I only allowed as a black American to celebrate Juneteenth? Am I restricted now where I can't celebrate July 4th and I can only celebrate Juneteenth? Is that the restriction now? Um, the way I feel, I think it's right as a black American to celebrate both. Primarily because one is the true freedom of black Americans in this country. Black Americans that fought in every single battle in this country. Every single war. Listen, black Americans are a part of the reason why this nation is quote unquote free, or rather free from Britain's rule. This nation, it's because of black Americans why the South didn't win. Hell, it's amazing to me that we don't even realize black Americans are the reason Joe Biden is president. What you say? What, he still ain't give us anything? Yeah. The Equality Act was for LGBTQIA plus. The next act that was done was for Asian Americans. But black people are the reason this country is free. It's the reason the South lost, are the reason that the South lost, and also are the reason Joe Biden is the current president, if you subscribe to that ideology. And I do. That being the case, don't they owe black people something? But how can I demand my freedom if I don't take up my right as a citizen of America? So I can celebrate Juneteenth and I also can celebrate July 4th because the rights endowed now on every white American from July 4th, from the Constitution, from the establishment of the United States as a nation now apply to this black man. Why would I deny those rights? There's something I loved when I was growing up, which was in history class and social studies in elementary school. And I always said, man, I was born at the wrong time. I don't believe that because if I was born at that time, I wanted to be in Jamaica, even so, still slavery, even though we revolted and did like everywhere in the Caribbean and killed our slave masters. Um, Not all of Jamaica, because Jamaica just became independent. It's less than 100 years that Jamaica has been independent, 63, which screams a whole hell of a lot. When I come back to it, because it's something that I find interesting, is we love the idea of liberty. Let's be real. We love movies about, as Americans, we all love movies about non-compliance. We don't call it that. Rebellion. Star Wars, favorite series ever. We love the rebellion, fighting against the system. And there was even a part that was social commentary where Padme Amidala, Senator Padme, said, "How does democracy end? In thunderous applause." And all of us loved it. But none of us really believe that outside of movies and reading the history books. Do I believe 100% of what happened in the history books is 100% of what happened? Absolutely not. The Boston Tea Party was a situation of noncompliance. Here's what you don't know. It was also an insurance scheme by John Hancock so he could get the money. You start to look and say, word. You talking about guys in their 20s and 30s that were pissed off with the system across the seas, but had enough money to start this revolution. And for me, I loved that idea that when foolishness took place, they stood up and said, "We're not doing that." Heck, that's the reason I love Shaka Zulu, the movie. But I oftentimes have to ask myself in this day and age, are we restricted? And if we do we really have rights? Mind you, I love my Second Amendment. I love the First Amendment that it protects. So I celebrate the 4th too. Barbecue, I do what I do with my family, but can nobody tell me in this world I can only celebrate one and not the other? Because then I would have to not comply. No need for violence. But be careful as to what's going to take place over the next year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. Because I get a strong feeling black people are going to be called white supremacists more than they ever have before. Primarily because they are not lining up with a system of ideas that exists right now, just period. You ain't got to believe me. I see the foolishness on the horizon. I see the mess coming. Because if you don't agree with the LGBTQIA+, watch them destroy you. Because they get what they want now. What you think gonna happen to black people? Wake up, America. Be careful.